Florida quarterback Emory Jones and Arkansas quarterback KJ Jefferson will be two of the new starting quarterbacks in the SEC this year. And anyone that's watched this channel before knows I'm pretty high on both of them and think both of them could have pretty successful years because, yes, they're talented, but they also have good offensive system and schemes that will put them in a position to be successful. Of course, Dan Mullen with his success in quarterbacks, and then offensive coordinator Kendall Briles and what he's done with quarterbacks as well. And when you put those two guys with talented quarterbacks like Jones and Jefferson, I think you could have some success on offense. So I want to talk about each guy and kind of look at three similarities that each guy can do well that will fit both Briles' offense and Dan Mullen's offense. And so the first thing I want to look at is the creativity factor that both of them can bring to the table. They're good athletes. They can use their legs, but they do it smart and decisively. So whether whether the play breaks down or whether it is a designed run, each guy has ability to do that. And I want to show you how that leads to success in the passing game and how it opens passing lanes, especially kind of short yardage situations. But before we dive into the film, I want to encourage you to just consider subscribing to our YouTube channel if you like any quarterback related content. So let's dive into the film. Again, the first thing we're going to watch is the creativity factor that the offensive system can kind of plan around each guy and how that can lead to successful plays, especially short yardage situations. Let's go ahead and look at the film from each guy real quick. Here's a good play by Jefferson here, showing his athleticism, his ability to run. We're going to see an outside pass rusher right here. Does a good job just spinning out real quick. Great natural feel in the pocket, able to take off for a big first down here. So good example of, escaping the pocket and getting a big first down. But I think it kind of gives this idea of the creativity that offensive play caller, Coach Briles, could put into the offense with KJ Jefferson at quarterback for the simple fact he has the ability to make guys miss like that and pick up first downs with his legs like that. So just a good example of what could be to come and kind of some creative plays and designs in the pass game and run game. So here's a good example of that creativity. It's a simple, 2-3 yard play for a touchdown, but we're going to see kind of just a fake step run by Jefferson, tight end come out of the backfield touchdown here. So good example, boom, gets the defense out of position. They have to be aware for Jefferson potentially running right there, which we'll see in the end zone angle view as well real quick. But just a good example of stuff you can see down the goal line when you need a few yards that Jefferson will be able to keep the defense honest, stays in here, the other backer comes up, or DB comes up there, and allows that to happen. So here's a quick example of Emory Jones and his ability to get defense out of position. Again, if you're a Florida fan, you can watch our old stuff. This is a video we've used in the past, but for anyone that hasn't watched it, it's a good job. Gets the DB or gets the linebackers out of position, takes a quick step this way, then hits the hole here for a big yard here. Linebacker's not going to be able to catch him here. So a good example of his athleticism and his ability to run, and something that Dan Mullen, of course, have creative plays for his running ability. Let's watch it from this angle as well. You're going to watch the ability to get these backers out of position here. All it takes is one step, and they're out of position. Good job by Jones, and you'll see some creative stuff from Dan Mullen's offense with him. So here's a big-time threat that Jones will offer at any goal line situation, short yard situation, threat that he can run the ball. So he takes a quick fake step here. It's almost like a quarterback play action. Then he hits a slant for the touchdown here, but gets DBs or gets linebackers out of position here. Quick step, gets that backer away, which creates that space for that slant route for a touchdown there. So just another good example off the showing how he can run, but another good example of the creativity that will lead to pass plays. Backers out of position. He should be over here. Good space for a touchdown the slant. So again, just a few clips that, one, show their ability to run when they need to, whether it's a designed run play or play breaks down, and then two, the creativity factor that each one can fit into. Because I think you have creativity in both offenses. Briles and Mullen are both creative guys, but they're very smart. They put their guys in positions to succeed. And so I think those are just two examples of what you'll see more in 2021, especially short yardage goal line type stuff. They're going to be very hard to defend. So let's move on to the next trait I want to talk about with each guy, and that's the ability to push the ball downfield. I think you'll see it more and more with each guy. And again, we've only had glimpses of each guy, right? We've seen Jefferson some and Jones some, but not a full season. And so I think when we see a full season, we'll see the ability of both of them to push the ball downfield, whether it's the seam routes, go routes, whatever it may be. I think they have that ability to do that. So let's watch a clip of each guy real quick and look at their ability to push the ball downfield. So any Arkansas fans that have watched our stuff and Jefferson have seen this play before, so I apologize, but it's a good job demonstrating his ability to push the ball downfield. Does a good job getting the safety over here, and we've talked about in previous videos why the safety needs to be over here when two receivers are kind of running those routes. Good job with Jefferson getting the safety over here, delivering a deep ball on a seam route there from the inside slot receiver for a touchdown there. So a good example of how Briles will be able to use Jefferson's skill set here. We'll watch from this point of view real quick as well for anyone that hasn't seen this previous breakdown. Gets the safety over there. Good quick hitch, throws it up into a deep pass to the slot receiver for a touchdown. Good ability to throw the ball downfield. So again, here's a play I've used before with Jones, but it does a good job showing the ability to push it downfield. We're going to see the seam route. Jones does a good job keeping the safety from getting up top, and he fits a nice ball. You could say he needs to lead him, but I think it's still a good ball, especially coming off the bench and coming off kind of cold. Keeps the safety middle of the field, fits the ball right there. So a good job showing the ability to push it downfield, something that will keep the defense honest and keep spreading the field out, and something that Dan Mullen, you've seen with every quarterback, he does ask the QBs to push it downfield regardless of how it looks like. So I think Jones will continue to do that. So just an example of Jones doing that one more time. We'll watch it, able to fit it right in there. So I think we'll see more of that and more different styles as well from Jones and Dan Mullen. So again, just two plays that show the ability to push the ball downfield. And what was impressive to me with each guy, and especially even more impressive because they don't have a ton of experience, is the ability to move the safety, right? Move the safety to the other side of the field, or just keep the safety in the middle of the field and just away to where they're thrown. So the last trait I want to touch on is their ability to throw the ball to the middle of the field, and something that both offenses will do. Mullen and Browse, they'll use their tight ends. They'll put receivers in motion to get some slants, some digs, some posts, whatever it may be. They use the middle of the field, so each guy will be asked to use and throw it to the middle of the field. So let's look at two quick examples of each guy successfully completing passes to the middle of the field, which you'll see more and more of in 2021 from each guy. So another play that Arkansas fans will be familiar with, especially if you've watched this channel before, but it's a great job of throwing the ball down the middle of the field, which I think Jefferson has the ability to do well. And then Browse offense, something that you will need to do well to be successful as a quarterback. So we're going to watch, Jefferson moves this safety with his eyes to undertake or to jump the under kind of dig / in route here. The safety does that. And then Jefferson throws it right where the safety is supposed to be to this inside deep post / dig route here. Great throw, fitting in tight windows, but a good example of pushing the ball down the middle of the field here. Just another weapon that Jefferson has and what Browse will use in that offense here. So good job with Jefferson's eyes, something I think he does a great job with, but it's the ability to end up making the throw. It's just as impressive. Good ball, tight window, middle of the field throw for Jefferson. So here's a good middle of the field throw by Jones. We'll see him initially look over here, process, go through the reads, and we'll see the wide open receiver go through the middle of the field here. We've got a very deep safety, right? So deep safety, so he's kind of taken out of the play. Jones does a good job sitting him down here. His eyes come right here in this zone here. Good job by Jones to see that. Sits him down as opposed to leading him. Ends up being a good 20-ish yard player. So let's watch from the behind the center angle as well, so you can kind of see what his eyes are doing. But a good example of showing the ability to throw the middle of the field, something that Dan Mullen will use. And whether it's a quick hit or a process read throw like this, does a good job moving the pocket. Good ball to sit him down to get upfield. Good job showing the ability to throw it to the middle of the field. So again, just a clip from each guy, but I think it does a good job showing the ability that each of them have to have good footwork in the pocket, process defenses, and fit the ball down the middle of the field, which they'll be asked to do in each of their offenses. And so just to kind of recap everything, the creativity factor, the ability to push the ball downfield, and the ability to make throws over the middle of the field is why I think that they'll be so good in 2021 when you combine their offensive systems that they are in that will ask their quarterbacks to do those three things each and every game. But I want to hear from you. What are your thoughts on KJ Jefferson and Emory Jones? Obviously, I'm high on them. I think they both can have successful seasons, and I kind of demonstrated why they are very similar quarterbacks, and they could be some of the top two quarterbacks in the SEC, or at least up in that upper tier, if you will. But I want to hear from you. What are your thoughts on both of them? Let us know in the comments below, and we'll see you next time on the next quarterback-related video.